Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at SERV Robotics. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now in the case of this chart, I am choosing to label this movement to the upside as a wave 1. Now, to be honest, it doesn't have much of a complete 5-wave structure look. It does look like it misses a 4-5 pattern without even considering this possible 1-2 setup, but I suppose it's fine. We shouldn't look too much at the internal structure, at least not right now. And from a long time frame perspective, we had our support zone here for a wave 2, where we were looking to find support in the area between the $9 level all the way down to the $3 level. We did reach the 50% retracement, we did get our bounce back, and here we pushed again lower in a wave C to the downside at the 61.8% retracement. We got a bounce back, and now I am tracking continuations to the upside, where I am assuming that we have already bottomed here in this wave 2. Now, to be clear, there is still no confirmation. There is no clear 5-wave structure to the upside to provide this clarity, and in fact, what I am really tracking instead here is a series of 1-2 setups that has occurred in this area, and now this could be indeed like 3 or 4 1-2 setups that have happened here, or it could really be just an ABC movement to the upside, where it would be an A wave up and we would now be forming a larger ABC structure. That could be in the case where this wave 1 was also built in an ABC structure, something like that. And yeah, in that case, we would also be looking for an ABC structure within the third wave to the upside. But regardless of that, if we actually manage to build a third wave to the upside, I would still be looking to reach the 138.2% extension for such a wave, which it would be at the $170 level. Now, that is for the very long time frame. After all, it may even still manage to build as an impulse. I am not going off too much by the exact structure here internally. I am still allowing it the fluidity, the flexibility to build even an impulse in this area. Although, yeah, I do want to have you keep in mind that it is not necessarily the most reliable setup in terms of it being a clear 1-2 in an impulse. But regardless, we can be looking here at a possible 1-2 setup that is occurring, and we could be looking at a third wave to the upside that, yeah, in this case, we could be tracking in this area, where internally, within this wave 3, I am looking at a 1-2 setup, where here would be a first 5-wave move in a leading diagonal in a 1, 2, 3, 4th, and the 5th, where if we've managed to find support here in a wave 2, it would actually, it really could provide an interesting entry opportunity for the third wave to the upside. Now, regardless if this develops to the upside as a third wave or as an ABC structure within, so a wave C, I am looking for an impulse to form in this area. If it fails to do that, if it does have this movement to the upside, it does have a correction and manages to push to the upside, but it fails to do so in an impulse, this would then be considered an ABC structure, because in a third wave we must have an impulse, and if we have a 5-wave structure, so an initial leading diagonal, it would be followed by a wave 2 correction and then a third wave to the upside, which must be an impulse even if this overall structure is a wave C. So regardless of which structure we are building in this area, I am looking for a very similar development, whether it is really a wave C or a third wave. Now, this is assuming that we did bottom here in this internal wave 2, for which I have no confirmation. We do have the entire support zone between the $10 level all the way down to the $7 level, and I suppose I am a bit wrong saying there is no confirmation. I do have this as a possible 5-wave move to the upside. This would be first an initial level of confirmation, and in that case I would be even able to label it as a 1-2 in this area, where I can provide you a support zone for such a wave 2 in the area between the $12.6 level all the way down to the $10 level at the 78.6% retracement, and as long as we hold that level, we can still look for continuation to the upside in a wave 3 with a decently high likelihood. Now, the thing is, within this wave 1, I could even still see an extension within this fifth wave to the upside, where, yeah, I could even label it internally. So yeah, it is a diagonal structure, and I am looking at an ABC within each of the subwaves: ABC within the wave 1, ABC within the wave 2, ABC within the wave 3, ABC within the wave 4, and possibly ABC within the fifth wave. But we haven't really pushed too high within this wave 5, and I could still see this extending where it is forming a larger ABC structure. That could be perfectly fine and could be something that might occur, and in that case we could still be looking for direct continuation even from this point, where I would have in this idea an internal structure allowing support between the $13.7 level all the way down to the $12 level at the 78.6% retracement, where, yeah, as long as we hold these levels, we cannot look with necessarily too high likelihood that we have a complete or a clear wave 1 complete, where, yeah, it could realistically extend this movement in a wave 1, and then I would still be looking afterwards for a correction in a wave 2, but it is in an area that we might get another high before we form the bottom, the low here in the wave 2. And that is perfectly fine if we actually push lower. If we fail to hold the orange support zone, that is fine. I am still going to track this 1-2 setup, and for now there really isn't much else to add. I suppose we could be looking at different targets based on if it is a wave C or a wave 3, but that does seem a little pointless right now actually, since we do have already our initial wave 1 up, and we can be looking for those targets for an internal wave 3 once the correction in the wave 2 is complete. And yeah, I think for now we can actually leave it at this. Maybe internally just one more look. Yeah, if this is an ABC structure developing, I could give you an ideal target for the wave C based on the length of the wave A, and that would be at the $12.6 level, which does also appear to be a level of confluence with the 38.2% retracement in the white support zone, and also the beginning of this push to the upside that we had here in this ABC structure, so the bottom of the wave B. And for now, I wouldn't extend this any longer. So yeah, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.